He's not. What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea.
Masa teh apa nih, teh anget ya?
Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor—
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
Jangan-jangan nanti laut primordial ya?
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for— I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Bisa nggak sih nggak usah ngomong tah teh.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse—
Lenny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5.
Jangan dihitung anjir, malah makin panik gua.
Wait,
2, 1.
Nggak bisa ngitungnya tadi. 4, 6, 5, 2, 1. Bego.
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Teh lagi.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Lenny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and but that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Ayo dong. Nanti aku kasih teh, mau nggak?
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
Wow, ini mah gua jago coy.
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Ha-ah.
So that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their well. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, she often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijween visits the cafeteria right before lunch. And Sijween has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us.
Jadi gitu Rio, oke? Bener gak? Bener gak?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijween's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's alright, now for my next question.
Yeay, bener.
There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Karena nanti bakal dikirim paket darah.
That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if people get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on 2 opposing sides of the same match were selected.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Semua itu bohong. Kayak kita belum ada ya. Oh ya, ruangan itu ya. Tapi kan buntu ya.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
Lini, astagfirullah, tadi gue lagi tanya jawab Q&A, jangan langsung PVP.
You'll pay for this!
Lenny, are you alright?
Ada yang nembak dia nih. Siapa?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sijween. That was a fantastic shot.
Sijween, you have a gun.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Oh my god, lucu banget tembakannya.
Sijween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sijween... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Iya, lu sama aja anjir komplotannya.
When Monsieur Nervulet asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulet told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sijween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or 2?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sijuin, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
Dah, makanya jangan langsung nyerang. Ditembakkan lu, dibius.
I believe I hear footsteps.
Siapa tuh? Si ini kah?
Some space, please.
Lah, lu anjir.
Ah, Miss Clarande. My door.
Fremine...
Oh no.
Fremine...
Memet. Astagfirullah, Memet.
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Lu ngapain Memet anjir?
Work.
Bego anjing juga ngomongnya.